Go. Go. I just saw him. Go. Don't fall. Don't fall up the stairs.
Holy shit. Yeah, there's no one here anymore. They either been found, or they turned back, or they're still in the forest.
Venturing into the woods alone at night can be terrifying, but what happens when you encounter someone or something you'd rather never meet? Tonight, we're diving into the 6 most disturbing camping encounters ever recorded. These clips will make you think twice about ever stepping into the woods alone again. Let's delve straight into this first disturbing encounter. This first disturbing camping encounter has been shared on the YouTube channel Simon Newcomb, and it shows what initially seems like a normal moment. 3 kids exploring the mysterious Wistman's Wood in Devon, England, during a camping holiday with their family. But what starts off as a light-hearted search for their dog slowly turns into something far more eerie, though they didn't realize it at the time. It was September 22nd, 2020. The 3 kids had been walking with their dog, wandering a bit off the usual trail, not unusual for a day of exploration. But suddenly, their dog was gone, nowhere in sight. Panic quickly set in, especially for the oldest boy, who felt the weight of responsibility. The group decided to head deeper into the woods, off the beaten path, hoping to spot their 4-legged friend. But no matter how far they looked, there was no sign of the dog. As the daylight began to fade and the forest grew darker around them, the oldest boy pulled out his phone and started vlogging what was happening, documenting the moment, maybe for their parents, maybe to stay calm. But what they captured on camera without realizing it still gives people chills to this day.
Been walking for like an hour now. It is pissing it down. These 2 are doing my head in. It's getting dark. It's really cold. I have no idea where the dog is. What?
The video cuts off here, and on the surface, it seems like any other vlog a kid his age might make, a little chaotic and filled with genuine concern about their missing dog. But there's something far more unsettling hidden in the background. If you look closely, just behind the trees, you'll spot a figure, barely visible at first. And just as the camera shifts ever so slightly in its direction, the figure quickly ducks out of sight, as if it realized it was being filmed.
It's getting dark. It's really cold.
At the time, the kids had no idea what they had just captured on video. And thankfully, they made it back safely to their campsite without any further strange occurrences. At least, none they were aware of. It wasn't until later, when they re-watched the footage a few times, that someone finally noticed the chilling detail. A dark, shadowy figure lurking in the background, vanishing the moment it seemed to realize it was being filmed. What do you think it could have been? A person? A trick of the light? Or something far less explainable? One thing is certain, just when you think you're alone, sure you're safe. There might be something, or someone, watching you from just beyond the trees, hidden in plain sight. If you found this clip terrifying already, brace yourself for what's coming next. Things are about to take an even darker turn. In this next clip that comes from the YouTube channel, Exploring with Josh, where Josh takes his viewers along on his adventures through some of the world's most fascinating, abandoned, and often eerie locations. With every exploration, he documents each detail, inviting his audience to feel the thrill of discovery and the haunting beauty of forgotten places. In this particular video, however, Josh didn't just visit a unique location. He and his friends planned to spend the night there. The infamous Aokigahara Forest in Japan, better known as the Forest. This dense and quiet woodland, located at the base of Mount Fuji, has a dark reputation that spans decades. Its nickname comes from the tragic number of that have taken place within its boundaries, and many believe that the forest is haunted by the restless spirits of those who lost their lives there. With a reputation like that, it's no surprise that Josh and his friends were drawn to explore it. They expected a spooky, maybe even unsettling night, but nothing could have prepared them for what they were about to witness, something they'd never forget.
So before the video starts, I just want to give a brief message. Suicide is everywhere. It's all over the world, not just in this one area. It's a serious thing. We're not here goofing around looking for dead bodies, pretty much. We're here to experience it, document it, and just give history on this place, because it is a serious matter.
It's April 20th, 2019. As Josh and his friends arrive at the edge of Aokigahara Forest, the eerie silence is almost overwhelming. A heavy stillness hangs in the air. No birds, no rustling of animals, just the sound of their own footsteps and breath. And knowing the forest's grim history only adds to the weight of the moment. Each step further into the woods feels like crossing into another world. The deeper they go, the stronger the unsettling energy becomes, almost as if the forest is watching them, aware of their presence. Their curiosity drives them forward, but their excitement slowly turns to discomfort. The idea of spending the night here, once thrilling, now feels almost impossible. The oppressive atmosphere they had underestimated is now pressing from all sides, and what started as an adventure begins to feel like something else entirely.
Beyond this way is where anything can happen, honestly. So that's where the no entry was. We just crossed it now. At any point in time, we're just gonna pull off and turn to where we think something may actually be. It could be people's items, tents, lost shoes, anything could be here. Look at this, they don't even maintain this. Trees are falling down all over here.
A long rope to a tree up ahead.
No
and I also found a couple of
Oh my god.
cans down in the cave.
Wait. Okay, here's what we found.
You just think he's going way up there.
Let's follow it.
What's over here?
Now we found a pink ribbon. It's going far down, jeez.
No, I think they set it up to get their way back if they decided not to.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. If you get lost, you're supposed to tie ribbons and stuff here.
These guys just left a giant rope.
Alright, it ends right here. Oh no, oh my god, it keeps going.
Hey, look at this.
What?
Oh, someone left an umbrella.
Holy sh...
Alright, it's just an umbrella.
Yeah, but see, it could be honestly more. It could have been like someone who was like, screw it.
The tension got only higher as they came across some belongings so quickly they had only just come inside the infamous part of the forest. But still, their curiosity overcame their fear, but they had to keep on high alert, as losing the way out was very easy in these big woods.
You know what? You want to go down there more and then follow the track just in case they might have went down there? It's thick through here, but we're just going to see if we can find anything.
Okay, it kind of works.
The compass is working right now?
Yeah, compass still works.
Okay, good.
Direction is north.
We're using a compass to get our way out. Right now, we lost all signal on our phones and everything.
Looks so cool though.
Yeah, what's weird about it is just, it's like all these underground random ass tunnels are all over the place. We're coming across some stuff now. We got some ribbons tied to the trees. We got a green one right there and a blue one. Let's make sure there's like, if there's anyone in there, let's make sure they're okay. Oh yeah, their campsite. We're gonna go check out the campsite right now. It's the same ribbon that we found from the pathway led all the way in here to the campsite. This place is no joke. I'm already feeling like so weird here. Like I'm getting these eerie, dark vibes. Like I can like, yeah, like I can, oh, like I can feel it inside me. It's like unexplainable. I can't really explain it, but it's no joke. The guy, whoever it was, with the ribbon, must have just been pacing himself around, just thinking if he actually wanted to do it or not. But here's all I found. Left, at least. Maybe he drew that before he did it. A bottle, of course. I don't know how recent this was. No one knows. Jesus Christ, dude.
That might have been the last thing someone had.
Yeah, this could have been. Their umbrella's right there, their drink.
But it looks like a children's umbrella, this one.
And we're coming across what we think is another campsite. Let's go. Ugh. Yeah, here's another campsite we just found following that white ribbon. Looks honestly like fresh still. Although there must have been a fire going on right here. But what's weird too is this. The only pink tree that we've seen here, just in the middle of nowhere.
The group moved deeper into the forest, each of them filled with a growing sense of amazement and unease, None of them had expected to find so many personal belongings scattered throughout the woods, all quietly resting where they had been left. The thought of spending the night here began to feel not only dangerous, but somehow disrespectful. This place wasn't just another abandoned location. It was a final resting place for many, and the weight of that reality started to sink in. Still, their curiosity held them back from leaving. Every corner of the forest seemed to hold a new piece of a story long forgotten. The eerie beauty of the place, combined with its tragic past, was impossible to ignore. And so, drawn in by the silence and the mystery, they continued to wander, unaware that the strangest moment of the night was still ahead of them.
Okay, this is our first tent we just found. Look at this. Yeah, the whole tent has been dismantled. It's probably been sitting here for a very long time. Unbelievable. Whoa. Their hat is here too. What else is here? Jeez. Tripped a little bit. It happens here. It's slippery as hell. There's 2 tents here, and they're still there. They're still there. Okay, let's check this out. What is all that? Had a campfire here. Yeah, there's no one here anymore. They either been found, or they turned back, or they're still in the forest, just around. We just found this shoe. Now this shoe had been here for well over 5-6 years. There's moss completely growing on the shoe. It looked like it morphed onto it. Whoa, dude, a backpack. This backpack's brand new.
I know.
I think that's an umbrella over there. We've been finding tons of umbrellas, tents, pretty much everything you would actually expect to find here. The backpack looks brand new, but also this umbrella right next to it looks brand new too. Which means, I don't know, I'm just gonna start searching the area around this premises. They're checking around this area, I'm looking around this area, and Shane's actually around that area.
Some of the belongings they found looked eerily recent, too new to have been left long ago. A chilling thought settled about the group. What if there was a body nearby? The idea pushed them to search the surrounding area, scanning through the trees. But after a long and uneasy search with no sign of anyone, they gave up. That was the moment they knew for sure. They wouldn't be spending the night here. Not only did the forest feel overwhelmingly heavy and oppressive, but staying began to feel like crossing a line. It would be disrespectful to the many souls who had lost their way in these woods. Guided by their compass, the group retraced their steps through the dense forest and made their way back to civilization. The feeling of relief as they stepped out of the trees was immense, but the weight of the experience followed them. This was a journey they would never forget, a reminder of the thin veil between life and death, and the stories that still linger in the silence. Would you dare to spend the night in Japan's most haunted forest? Or do you agree that some places should simply be left in peace? Let us know what you think. Now, let's dive into the next clip, where once again, someone's camping trip turns into a terrifying experience. This next disturbing camping encounter comes from the YouTube channel Slabdog, which normally shared lighthearted videos like funny home clips. But this particular video was something completely different. It was June 20th, 2014. A father was on a camping trip with his kids at Hummel Park, located in Omaha, Nebraska. They were having a great day, enjoying some real quality time together. But when evening fell, things took a strange turn. While out on a late-night walk with some of the kids' friends, they noticed something unusual in the distance. Faint lights, resembling candles, were glowing deeper in the forest. Their curiosity was sparked, and they decided to take a closer look to see what was going on. But they would soon realize that may not have been the best idea.
What is what? Candles? Come here, let's check it out. No bullshit. Come on. Come on down here with me. Come here. Guys, come here. Guys, check it out. Come here. Come down here with me right now. There's a blood trail and a t-shirt. There's a bloody t-shirt. Whoa, whoa, wait a minute.
There's no behind the tree.
Where? Where?
Right there.
Where?
Behind the tree.
What tree?
That one.
Which one?
That one.
Where?
Right there. Dad!
Which one? This one here?
What do you think we're talking about? There he is. Dad, go over there.
Where?
Oh yeah. This is a prank, I know that.
Go, go. I just saw him. Go. Don't fall. Don't fall up the stairs. Oh shit. Get your flashlight. Hurry.
As if finding a blood-stained white shirt surrounded by candles wasn't disturbing enough, spotting a figure in a white robe lurking behind a tree was the final straw. That was all it took for the father to grab his kids and run. Panic set in as they raced out of the woods, their minds swirling with unanswered questions. What had they just walked into? The moment they reached safety, the father reported what they had seen to the campground staff, hoping they would investigate. But no amount of reassurance could make them feel safe there again. The eerie images were burned into their minds, and the tension hung in the air like fog. So after some back and forth, they made the difficult decision to cut their trip short. They packed up their things and left the campsite behind, hoping that leaving the area would also help them shake off the fear. But just as they drove away from the campground's property, they noticed the night's horrors might not be over just yet.
Who is it?
You're playing a prank on us, Dad. We're not idiots.
It's real? Back it up. Back it.
Go!
I'm trying to back up. I can't. I don't want to crash. He's coming back in the trees. He's gonna try to get
Open!
us.
Close the window!
What did he have in his hand,
A
guys?
hatchet! Now, try!
Luckily, the father managed to back up the car just in time, and it seems the family got out of the area safely. But what exactly happened that night remains unknown. No further updates were ever shared after the father uploaded the footage to his YouTube channel Slabdog, leaving not only his viewers, but all of us, with far more questions than answers. What were those strange, white-robed figures doing deep in the Hummel forest? Was it some kind of ritual? A prank? Or something much darker? Could it have been the same figure they spotted earlier? Or were there multiple people out there watching from the shadows? Or could this have all been an elaborate setup, staged for the sake of going viral? We may never know for sure. One thing's certain though, next time you're walking through the woods and spot something unusual in the distance, maybe think twice before getting too close. This served as a stark reminder to be aware of the dangers that may be lurking in the near, and to be cautious when venturing into the darkness. And with that in mind, let's dive into the next clip. This next video was shared by the YouTube channel Outdoor Family, run by Avat, Sayed, and their children. This Turkish family documents their peaceful adventures in nature, from camping in scenic mountains to enjoying serene lakesides, always with a warm, lighthearted tone. Their content is usually fun, informative, and uplifting. But in this particular video, things took an unexpectedly tense turn, yet they still chose to share the experience with their viewers. It was March 14th, 2024. The family had spent a beautiful day camping in the mountains. With their brand new tent set up and the smell of barbecue still lingering in the cool air, the mood couldn't have been better. They played games, enjoyed each other's company, and eventually turned in for the night, surrounded by the peaceful sounds of nature. But the calm didn't last. In the middle of the night, they were suddenly jolted awake by a loud, unfamiliar noise. Luckily, they had placed a trail camera just outside their tent, something they often did, just in case. And this time, that small precaution turned out to be a very good decision, because what the camera recorded was not only unexpected, but deeply unsettling. At first, the sound was difficult to identify, low growls and rustling in the underbrush. But it didn't take long before the family realized what it was. A pack of jackals, or possibly wolves, was circling just outside their tent. The thin layer of fabric between them and the wild gave a small sense of protection, but they all knew how unpredictable and dangerous these animals could be. Frozen in silence, they stayed completely still, trying not to make a sound, hoping the animals would lose interest and move on. Every minute felt like an hour, the air inside the tent thick with tension. But eventually, the growls faded, and the forest returned to a quiet stillness. But the rush of adrenaline made falling back asleep nearly impossible. When the first light of dawn began to creep over the mountaintops, the family emerged, exhausted but safe. And the very first thing on their minds was the trail camera. Had it actually caught the moment they lived through? They played back the footage, and what they saw was far more intense than they had imagined. A wave of nervousness mixed with fascination washed over them. The camera had captured just how close the animals had really been, prowling only steps away from where the family lay, trying to stay silent. It was a chilling realization. Luckily, their tent had been enough to keep the jackals at bay and protect them through the night. No harm was done, but the tension and adrenaline had been very real, leaving them awake until sunrise. Even though it had been a sleepless and uneasy night, the family looked back on the experience with a deep sense of respect for nature. It served as an unforgettable reminder. Even when everything seems peaceful, nature's wild side is never too far away, and sometimes it's just outside your tent flap. This was a night they'll never forget, and a lesson they'll carry with them on every adventure to come. And with that, let's head over to this next clip, shared by the TikTok account Haunted TikTok Here. It takes us inside a vacation rental property that seems to hold more than just charm and comfort. The house is owned by a woman who rents it out to travelers looking for a peaceful alternative to hotels. But behind its cozy appearance, the woman claims that something eerie has been going on for quite some time, leading her to believe the house may be haunted. On August 11th, 2023, another strange event added fuel to her suspicions. A new set of guests had just finished their stay. Everything seemed normal until they mentioned something odd while checking out. They told the owner they'd been hearing a strange ticking sound, both during the day and late at night. The ticking was irregular and seemed to come from nowhere in particular. They searched for its source, assuming it might be a hidden clock or a faulty appliance, but could never locate where it came from. The woman was puzzled, but not surprised. She had heard strange things before, and this only deepened her belief that something paranormal might be going on. So, after thanking the guests for their stay, she decided to investigate on her own. She brought her phone and started filming, just in case anything unusual happened. Her goal: to finally track down the mysterious ticking and uncover the truth behind the sound that had been bothering her guests and herself.
I don't have a clock in here. I looked all over. This is the only clock, and the microwave is the only clock that I have. So I checked the basement. There's no clocks in the basement. They said that it was like Peter Pan ticking, right? With the alligator and the Dr. Hook, Captain Hook, Dr. Girlfriend. So I'm heading up into the attic. Why? I don't fucking know. I heard ticking. So I gotta go and see. You're coming with me in case I die. Shit. Okay. Here we go. Paint. Stuff. Oh, suitcases. Stop! Stop! No! Fuck. Fuck. Well, this thing's unplugged. And it ain't working. Oh, fuck. This thing is old. Holy sheesh, man. Alright, so I found the ticking. Okay, so I just wondered, like, does this look like a place that it... Holy shit. I just got the goosebumps. Like you wouldn't believe. Holy shit. This is somebody's home. Okay. Okay. Well, I want that clock. Do you think if I bring that clock home with me, Ghosty's coming?
The moment she stepped into the attic, the air already felt heavier, like the house itself was holding its breath. And as she scanned the room, her eyes landed on the old, dusty clock tucked away in the corner. Then it happened. A single sharp tick echoed through the attic, sending chills down her spine. She knew in that instant. This couldn't be just coincidence, not after all the strange things she'd experienced in the house over the years. To her, it was confirmation. Something was here. But what do you think? Was it just a strange fluke, the settling of an old home and nothing more? Or could it be that something from the other side is sharing this house, hiding just out of sight, silently watching and waiting? One thing's for sure, if the dead truly can linger among the living, this spirit may have already claimed its favorite room, without ever paying rent. Now brace yourself for the final clip, where yet another unsettling encounter leaves you on your edge of your seat. This next clip comes from the YouTube channel Haunted Finders, run by Tom, an avid investigator of the unknown who devotes his content to exploring the thin line between the living and the dead, in hope to capture the most compelling paranormal evidence on camera and share it with the world. Tom is often joined by his close friend David, who supports him on many of these eerie adventures. And in this particular clip, they team up once again to spend the night at a place steeped in history and chilling tales, the ancient graveyard of St. Mary, This graveyard, believed to be over 1,000 years old, is one of the oldest in the area. Ask any local, and they'll tell you without hesitation. Saint. Mary's is haunted. Whispers of shadowy figures, unexplained voices, and strange lights have surrounded this place for generations. Naturally, Tom and David couldn't resist the chance to investigate it for themselves. It's January 18th, 2023. The two arrive just as darkness has fully claimed the sky. And after setting up their base within the boundaries of the graveyard, they wasted no time and dived straight into the investigation, unsure of what the night might reveal, but ready to face whatever comes their way.
Ground's frozen, look. That's all ice.
And silly me, I've come with my slippers.
Look at them.
I forgot to put my boots on.
One of those. Oh.
Are you here now? Make a noise for us.
Is that you? Is that you?
What?
Did you make like a whispery noise? Did you not?
No. I didn't hear anything.
I thought I heard somebody whisper something.
They had only just begun their investigation, asking some basic questions to see if anything might respond, when the unexpected soft, whisper-like sound cut through the silence. As the evening continued, the eerie atmosphere only grew heavier. Although their ghost hunting devices didn't pick up any direct communication, that faint whispering sound continued to return, barely audible, but undeniably present. It was as if something was watching them from a distance, just out of sight, reluctant to make full contact but unwilling to stay silent.
I just heard something. David, I thought I just heard something behind me.
What is it?
I don't know.
That's going that way, isn't it?
You saw a shadow? There's something about this area, I don't know what it is. But
Go to the tree.
there's something to do with this area.
Yeah, we'll do a spirit box.
What's that? What's that? What's that? Someone talking and walking. What's that? Someone talking and walking.
Not real.
I don't know. Could possibly be real.
The fact that their ghost hunting equipment remained eerily quiet, while they continuously heard unexplainable whispering around them, only added to the tension of the night. Despite the strange sounds and the growing discomfort, Tom and David weren't ready to give up just yet. They were determined to uncover anything that could confirm the graveyard's haunted reputation. But as the freezing temperatures crept in and the hours dragged on, doubt began to set in if it was really wise to spend the entire night here. Leaving that question hanging in the cold night air, the two pressed on, asking more questions into the darkness, hoping that sooner or later something would finally respond through their devices. Because deep down, they were convinced something was out there with them, just not ready to reveal itself yet.
Why won't you do something now to scare us when we're asking for it? We want you to scare us. We want you to force us out this graveyard. Push David off his feet.
Don't overdo it.
What? Hey?
Don't overdo it.
We want something
Well, that's advice, then.
we want something to happen.
Yeah, but why is it always me?
I just thought it'd be funny if you levitated.
I'm sort of spun round.
Once you're in the air floating, I'm already running. What was that? Already running. What was that? Was that the gate?
No.
I thought I just heard the wooden gate that we came through.
I hope not. There's nobody there.
You sure? This area is really,
Yeah,
like, it's creepy and there's something here. But for some reason,
it's hiding.
yeah, it's hiding. What, David? I spun round and you're just looking in my face.
Tom and David continued their investigation deep into the night, determined to make contact. But despite all their efforts, no clear responses came through. Only those faint, unexplained whispers that seemed to echo from the shadows around the graveyard. As much as they hated to admit defeat, the bitter cold was becoming unbearable. Staying the night in these conditions simply wasn't safe. So, after a few long hours, they reluctantly decided to pack up their gear and abandon the plan to camp. Just as they were ready to leave, resigned to the idea that the evening hadn't brought much, something happened that made them both freeze in place.
Freezing. Oh God, it's freezing. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Somebody walking.
Hey?
Oh. Sun's coming off.
Yeah, no, it's still recording. Did you hear what I heard? I don't know. It was either a voice or like a, what's it called? David, you didn't hear what I heard.
What? Did you capture it?
I don't know, I was recording.
Tom and David grew more unsettled with every unexplained whisper. Each strange sound left them questioning if their minds were playing tricks on them, worn down by the cold, the darkness, and the eerie silence of the ancient graveyard. But the freezing temperatures had reached an unbearable point, and it was time to leave. As they drove off into the night, disappointed that their overnight stay had been cut short, they couldn't shake the curiosity. Had the cameras captured any of what they'd experienced? To their relief, they had. The whispers, faint but unmistakable, were clearly recorded. And their visit hadn't been in vain after all. So, what do you think was behind those voices? Just the wind, a trick of the mind, or something far more unexplainable? That's something we may never truly know for sure. Now that was all for today, folks. If you enjoyed these horrifying clips, subscribe to my channel and click to see more on the video on screen.